Namaskaram guys, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel Shows Nepalki. And today my Mahashivratri Sadhana has started, and me being absolutely crazy Mahadev Bhakt, I'm going full in. So, and I wouldn't have been able to do this, or I wouldn't have been able to do anything in my spiritual journey if I didn't have my mom's support. So yesterday mom and I went to buy utensils separately, see, because I'm not an ashram and I want to have completely satvik food, not, I don't want my utensils to be touched by even garlic and onion. And it's not just like, I'm not telling you have to do the same way, but it's just that I'm doing it this way. So we went yesterday and we bought separate utensils to cook food for me or to serve the food in. So I think it's around 12:40 and I will be having my first meal. So you can have only 2 meals during your sadhana, and I will be having my first meal. As it is, I have 2 meals because I do intermittent fasting. It's not very tough for me, but it's just that I have to change the duration because I normally finish having my food before sunset. But this time I have changed it. I'll be having now, and the next meal is going to be somewhere around probably 7:30. So come, let me show you what I'll be having for my brunch. So guys, as you can see, this is my brunch. Very sattvic, and this is not paneer, this is tofu. So this is entirely made by my beautiful mom. And so the first thing I will be having is this one and the ground nuts. So this is bale patra, is called, also called bilba, no? Yeah, so that, and corns, peppercorns in honey. So I'm supposed to have this first. And as you can see, this is a jumbo meal because I won't be having anything in between. So yeah, so I'm having roti, 3 kinds of fruits: watermelon, guava, banana, we have cucumber, beet, mostly raw foods, sattvic foods. This is tofu, this is pumpkin, and today we don't have ashgard, but normally I also take that. And this is just chia seed or chia seed, however it's pronounced, overnight soaked. Guys, mom just informed me this is not just tofu. There is this, in Bengali we call it chola dal. I don't know. Chana dal, right? So this is mixed. Oh, full of protein. Lovely. I just added 2 slices of pineapple as well. So yeah. So I'm not sitting on the floor, but still, as you can see, whenever I sit on chair, table and chair, I always try to sit in Ardha Siddhasan. And so I'll start my food. I'll start eating my food now. Now, let me explain why this obsession about food. I need my meals to be nutritionally dense because I have a very hectic and active day. As an athlete, I have to work out a lot. It doesn't matter what sadhana I'm doing or if I'm fasting. So, when I'm having 2 meals a day, I make sure that it has all the nutrition that a 3 meal pattern would have. Plus, certain hatha yoga practices make me lose a lot of weight, so I need to eat. Also, guys, as a nutritional consultant and expert, I would like to advise all the female participants specifically who are doing this sadhana, or any female who is interested in this path of spiritualism, be very careful. Okay, sometimes we go into some kind of fast, or for example, I have a lot of friends who have been preparing for some samyama, and they are facing a lot of hormonal imbalance, because when you prepare for samyama, you're almost in calorie deficit, because there are a lot of restrictions. You can't eat this, you can't eat that, right? It's a very intense preparation. So they have such huge hormonal issues currently, and they have irregular periods. You have to be very careful. So be very careful when you start certain fasting, or when you're starting some kind of diet, right? You may be doing it for spiritual growth, you may be doing it for some fitness issues, or whatever, for health. Just be very careful, because in a female body, it works in a certain way. If you go major caloric deficit, if you go for that, what will happen is your hormones will be completely imbalanced. And I've faced it, because I have been through that phase, which is why I can tell you. And for the male as well, right? You need certain amount of food for your body to function properly, so be careful about it. So if you're having 2 meals a day, make sure the meals are nutritionally dense enough to give you all the nutrition needed for the body to function properly. Okay, so anyway, this is altogether a different topic, and I would like to make a nice detailed video about it, if it helps someone who's been suffering. Because it's an old saying that if you listen to everybody's tips about diet, you'll end up with an empty plate. You'll have nothing in your plate. It'll be empty. Somebody's going to tell you carb is good, somebody's going to tell you protein is good, somebody's going to tell you eliminate fat, somebody will tell you add fats. It's nonsense. You need to have a balanced diet. You need to know which is good for you. You need to figure out the foods you're allergic to. So just don't get too harsh on yourself. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video and supporting me. It means a lot. Thank you guys. Namaskaram.